Hey, it's teacher Keili coming to you from my virtual classroom in Fort Myers, Florida. Have you ever wondered how it's possible to travel with VIPKid, like what your setup would look like and what you would take with you? Well, I have some answers for you in this video, so I'm happy to share. If you're new here, my name is Keili. Teacher Keili is what my kids call me, and I am a VIPKid teacher, and I help aspiring teachers get hired and get students. While you're here, why don't you go ahead and click that subscribe button and hit the bell so that you get notified when I post new videos about all things VIPKid, how to get hired, how to get students, and more specifically, props that you can use, how to get great feedback, how to travel, what kinds of reward systems to use, things like that. So if you're interested in learning more, go ahead and click subscribe. Now, if you've been here a while, you know I normally broadcast from my home office in St. Louis, Missouri. But my daughter is currently on spring break at the time of this video, so we are spending about a week in sunny Fort Myers, Florida. Yay, because it is cold in St. Louis. Or at least it's not this warm, like we had snow. Anyway. So for this virtual classroom, I'll show you the things that I have in the classroom and the things that I brought with me. Let's start with where I am right now. So right now I am actually outside. It is a lanai, so I am enclosed, safe from the elements, but I am away from like people noise, but you might be hearing birds chirping and the occasional airplane. There are some advantages and some disadvantages to having class on a lanai, but I'll show you what I'm working with. This is the classroom that I have set up in Fort Myers. This is actually my sister's house, so I chose to be outside on her lanai because she has a 6-month-old and he cries, and that's not cool to have in the background when you're teaching a class. So I'm out here on the lanai, but I will show you the setup that I used pre-baby. Anyway, out here on the lanai, I sit on this patio furniture, this couch. It's very comfortable. And I also have in my background these letters, which are actually from my daughter, because you know everything I use in my classroom is my daughter's, but we've handed them down to her baby cousin, so he's not quite using them yet, so I am. So they're nice and big and bright and bold and great for the educational background that VIPKid likes to see in the classrooms. On the couch, I have the things that I packed for our trip. So you'll notice they don't take up very much space. I like to travel light. I don't check any bags. I only carry on. So I'm kind of a minimalist when it comes to props when I travel. So let's see what we have here. We have Supergirl. She's great because she can show kids things like walk. We can show body parts like head, shoulders, knees, and toes, which is a song we'll often sing in VIPKid. We show off her boots. She can bend her knees. All of those are really great for a lot of classes. I brought one puppet. It's a dog because dogs are animals that get talked about a lot. They come up in a lot of the lessons. I have a soccer ball because oftentimes there will be talk of soccer or throw the ball, catch the ball. So I have a soccer ball. It travels well. I have this microphone because for all the level 1 classes and the level 2 classes also, there are songs, so you sing the songs. I brought, actually this baggie has my like 2D props in it, so there are some still in the baggie, but for examples like Meg and Mike, we needed to bring those, especially for the level 1 babies. I also have from the baggie a Chinese flag. I have some other flags in there that I just printed online. Shapes, and I've used shapes. I think I actually used a circle while I was here, but shapes are in several of the level 5 lessons. Also from the bag, this feather, it was already in the bag, but when you talk about birds, feathers obviously are parts of birds, so those come up. I have this letter M cut out. I used that today. I have a city. We talk about skyscrapers and cities, so that's why like all this packs up really easily in this bag with a bunch of other similar items. I brought a car because because it's small and we talk a lot about cars. I of course have my whiteboard and whiteboard markers, and on here is my made up ice cream cone, so I will stick that on the whiteboard and draw ice cream on top of it as a reward. I have Travel Connect 4, which I use as a reward. For older kids, we actually will play Connect 4. For younger kids, I probably would use the ice cream instead or draw a scene on this board, but I also have had them count the checkers. And then I have this notebook where I keep pizza, which is a 2D prop that wouldn't fit in the small baggie. So the pizza's in there because I knew I would need it. And I have a picture of me with a snake. I knew I would need that also. And I have my lesson notes. So I keep those in this notebook. And that is everything that I brought with me as far as props are concerned. Let's talk more about the classroom setup. So you might also notice I have a Chromebook. It's sitting on top of a file box. I'll just sort of turn. So sitting on top, it's just a regular file box, but that's so it's high enough for me to be on the camera. And then I also have this really cool charger, this Halo charger that I use. There is one outlet out here, but this one is much easier to reach because it's right on the chair. And into it, I will plug this lamp. The lamp is especially useful because daylight savings time just started, and in Fort Myers, it's still dark at like 7 o'clock. And some of my classes are at 6. So I need the light, and it helps that I'm using a standing lamp because I'm sitting up higher, so the lamp is closer to my face. What's unfortunate is that the last couple of days the sun has been coming out and the sun is kind of shining in my face, so I'm working on fixing that. But just so you can see the class from my vantage point, it's very, very nice. It's just really pretty, and it feels good because there's a nice breeze coming through. So I will turn the camera and show you what I'm looking at. In Fort Myers, this is what I can see while I'm teaching. So there's a lake over there and some trees, and if I go a little bit higher, you don't have to look at the bars. But we're up on the top floor. So this is the computer setup though. So right on the file box, there's the computer, and then I can look around. There's another chair and another chair, and there's some plants behind it, but the lamp is plugged in right over on the chair so I can reach it. I can turn it off if I need to. And then, I don't know if you've seen, but there's a fan over here. So should the air ever get still, I can turn on the fan with this handy remote. So this is one of the classroom setups that I have here in Fort Myers, and I really, really like it. So I mentioned I had sort of a pre-baby set up for my classroom in Fort Myers, and this is the background. Not necessarily educational, but very pretty, and they're elephants. So the elephants I would also use in my classes, but they're really nice. But we have like nice words. Actually, words are educational: love, hope, faith, and letters. Those are my sister and brother-in-law's initials. Then I would just sit at the dining room table with the laptop here, and I didn't have to set it on top of anything. It's really easy. I would put the props also right next to it, so on either side of the laptop, and I'd be good to go. And with this setup, you only have indoor noise to think about. You don't have to worry about sirens and trucks, etc. So it's nice. It's also climate controlled. Those are some of the advantages to teaching my classes inside, and it's really nice too. Thank you so much for joining me and taking a look inside my Fort Myers classroom. I could take this classroom anywhere. It's really great. Wherever you go, you can find things that you can use in your classroom. I mean, if you want a different backdrop and you're in a city, you could go by a Target or a Walmart. That's super simple. If you are with family, you can use some of the things they have in their homes, so you don't have to worry about, carrying 50 pounds of VIPKID stuff with you. I like that all of this will fit in my backpack, and I don't have to be like overburdened with anything. It's not a big deal. It's easy to take out and easy to set up and get moving. So if you're looking to become a VIPKID teacher, and if you'd like some support in the application process and beyond, I encourage you to go ahead and click the link below and make sure that my referral code, Keili 0001, is in the page that you end up on. That way I'll be able to help you. I'll know where you are in the process and be able to support you the whole way through. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.